Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rachel. So I have been debating whether to talk about this because honestly, I don't think anyone's confused right now. People know things feel tense. You don't have to be glued to the news. It's just there. You feel it when you open your phone. You feel it in conversations. You feel it in your body. And it doesn't even feel like waiting for the other shoe to drop anymore. It feels more like they're backing a truck up and dumping a whole load of shoes on us all at once. Like, yeah, of course there's more. But this isn't about me listing everything that's wrong. It's about what living like this starts to do to people and how I'm trying to not let it run me. When there's that background noise all the time, it starts to do something to people. Just this constant bracing, like you never really stand all the way back up. I think a lot of us are living there right now. Not panicked, not falling apart, just so damn frustrated and tired of it all. And look, I am all for going outside, getting some air, touching some grass. Obviously, I still do it every day. That stuff helps. It just doesn't always cut it anymore. We're carrying this low-level energy that never really shuts off. So if you've been feeling tense for no clear reason, you're not being dramatic. That's what living like this does. If it helps even a little, stop right here. Take a breath, nothing fancy. Just notice your shoulders for a second and bring them down away from your ears. Now, here's the part I keep getting stuck on. I keep asking myself, what the hell am I supposed to do to make this better? Because doing nothing doesn't feel right. Ignoring it doesn't feel right. But trying to carry it all, that's definitely not right either. I can just feel that tension in my body, right in the pit of my stomach. Like this constant pressure to respond, to act, to fix something without any clear place to put that energy. I hate that feeling. I hate this edge it feels like we're all standing on. And I don't think I'm the only one feeling it. I think a lot of people are walking around with that same question in the background. What the hell am I supposed to do? And no answer that actually calms anything down. So instead, people stay tense or angry or just worn out. Not because they don't care, but because they care and they don't know where to put it. This is where my brain kind of locks up because everything feels important. Everything feels urgent. And when everything feels like that, I don't actually end up doing much of anything. I just hold it, all of it, in my body. That's when that tight, restless feeling shows up. And I've noticed something about myself, and maybe you do too. If I try to carry everything, I burn out. I get overwhelmed, crabby as hell, and eventually I just shut down. But if I try to carry nothing, if I check out completely and tell myself it's all too much, that doesn't sit right either. That turns into numbness or avoidance or this low-grade guilt that never really goes away. So I've been trying to stay somewhere in the middle. I don't get to carry everything, but I don't get to carry nothing either. And honestly, that sentence has helped me more than I expected. Because when I start from there, the question shifts. It's not, what am I supposed to fix? It becomes, what's actually mine to deal with and what isn't? And just asking that takes a little pressure off. I believe in karma, not in a woo-woo, everything's going to work out kind of way, but more in the sense that how people move through the world tends to catch up with them eventually. I don't think that's my job to enforce. And believing that honestly helps me let go of some of that guilt. That feeling that if I'm not constantly reacting or fixing or fighting, I'm somehow failing. I don't think that's true. I think my responsibility is how I show up, how I treat people, where I draw my lines. The rest of it, I don't have to carry that. For me, that means I stay informed, but I don't live glued to outrage all day long. It means I care, but I don't sit there soaking in everything that's wrong like that's a requirement. It means I stand by what I believe, but I stop beating myself up for not being able to fix problems that are way bigger than one person. That is not giving up. That's being realistic. And once I stop trying to carry everything, I actually have more energy for the stuff right in front of me. I'm calmer, clearer, less reactive. It didn't make me less engaged. It just made me steadier. It made me realize that even if I can't fix everything and I can't control where all of this is heading, there are still lines I don't want to cross inside myself. Not because I'm some pious person, not because I'm trying to make a point, but because I know what I feel like when I do. I know what it feels like when I start lumping people into categories so I don't have to think. When I start telling myself that some people are beneath me. When contempt feels easier than staying decent. And look, being an asshole just is not an option for me. I don't like who I am when I go there, and I am not interested in becoming that person just because things are ugly right now. I mean, I get why that happens. People are tired and overwhelmed, but being angry does not give me a free pass. It explains a lot, but it doesn't justify everything. I don't get to decide that other people don't matter just because I don't like what they believe or how they live. And I don't get to convince myself that fear, anger, or being really sure I'm right gives me the right to control people, degrade them, or wipe them out of the picture. Nobody gets that. And at the same time, having boundaries doesn't mean forcing myself to like everyone. It doesn't mean continuing conversations with people who show over and over that they're not acting in good faith. And it definitely doesn't mean handing out respect because somebody demands it. You don't get to demand respect. Trust, access, and respect are not automatic. They are earned. Basic human dignity is one thing. Everything else depends on how you show up. And forcing yourself to stay engaged with people who dump all over your values is going to drain you faster than almost anything. So no, this isn't about playing nice. It's about restraint. It's about not letting this moment turn me into somebody I don't want to be. And this is where I think we've kind of misunderstood resilience. Because resilience right now does not look dramatic or loud. And it's not trying to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. I think right now it's quieter than that. It looks like staying engaged without staying wound tight all day. It looks like caring without letting every headline wreck your nervous system. It looks like knowing when to lean in and when to step back so you don't burn yourself out. For me, it comes back to that simple line. I don't carry everything and I don't carry nothing. I carry what's actually in front of me, my values and how I treat people. I pick my battles and I try to be honest about what's mine to deal with and what just isn't. That doesn't make me passive. It just means I'm not living in a state of constant reaction. And man, that is harder than it sounds. It's easier to stay mad and doom scroll or to check out and say, forget it. Those reactions make perfect sense. They just don't make life any better. I don't want to live like that. And I don't think most of us do. So if you've been feeling that edge lately, that tight feeling in your stomach, that sense that you should be doing something, but you don't know what, you're not imagining it. A lot of people feel this way right now. It doesn't mean you're weak or you're missing something. It just means you're paying attention. And sometimes resilience is nothing more than deciding you are not going to let this moment turn you bitter, cruel, or numb. Doing what you can day by day. That's it. That's the work as far as I can tell. Thanks for being here and thinking through this with me. Take care of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.